Right, hello, and welcome to a very probably much anticipated podcast. I don't know what you all think happened to me. Nothing's happened to me, by the way. I am just taking a little break whilst realistically trying to manage my workload. Starting this new company has been amazing, but I am just so under it right now. There are literally not enough hours in the day. Anyway, I've come here today with my fantastic lipstick on to. This is just very much a beggy podcast. There's not much life or anything in this. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update and basically beg you to put your orders in because I have got 3 more days literally to get the rest of this money together. And I really need to get together as much as I can. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a little update because there's been, well, as per usual, when you're trying to do anything, there's been a lot of silly things have been going on, but I just didn't want to bring drama to this podcast. And honestly, I feel like if I'm learning anything at the moment, it is just learn to rise above it, be bigger, and put my energy into the things I actually want to grow, not into the things I don't. So we're not going to talk about any of that shit. Don't worry, I will do a podcast with all of the life catch-ups because I know we all love drama and a bit of a gossip, but that's not for today. Anyway, I just want to talk to you about this NMN because you might be able to see here the samples have arrived. Now, these actually have tablets in, but these are samples I've had to previously order. But these bottles, I had to order these bottles because I had to check that, well, everything was correct and present. Anyway, I had a bit of a proud moment. I think this whole couple of weeks has just been, I don't know, it's been really hard, but I've also been learning a lot about myself and just, I don't know, I can do some really cool shit. Anyway, these, if you're watching this on YouTube, are the new bottles. I designed this whole thing myself. I mean, I've done everything, the website, everything you see at the moment. Please know I have handmade it myself. Anyway, so I've got the samples. The bottles were, I just wanted to see them. They weren't really part of the process, but I've basically just spoken to them and they are a couple of days from being able to ship and they obviously want the rest of their payment. And I just spoke to ChatGPT and I was like, chat, what can we do? I've got to get these last orders in. So we have got a little offer for you because he was like, just do a podcast. And I thought, why aren't I doing a podcast? I'll tell you why I haven't. Can I also say as well, so not random, but the last few times I've gone to film a podcast, I've been too hot. Like now you can probably see my upper lip is sweating. I'm not complaining about the weather in the UK because it has been absolutely glorious, but it has been honestly far too hot to sit with these studio lights, as you can probably tell right now. Anyway, so I have just been having a little bit of a break, but enjoying the weather nonetheless. But I have not been having a break. Like I said, there's been a lot of work and stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, I just want to talk about this NMN quickly because I think I haven't podcasted for about a month, and it was about, I think 7 weeks ago, nearly 8 weeks ago now, that I got the samples, not the bottle samples, but the actual tablets, and I started taking them because I obviously wanted to try them for myself. And I can honestly say this NMN is the most superior NMN I've ever taken. I guess you don't really know something is better if you've never had the experience of it, right? And I think for me, Viva was the best until it wasn't the best. I actually want to talk a bit about Viva because their purity levels has really dropped. And I think the last time I did a podcast, or the one before that, I was talking about how I just felt like their stuff is not working as good as it used to. And I honestly, in my head, I thought that was just because we were having so many problems, and I thought, you just hate them, you're just going off the product. But prior to that, the product was working and we were having beef anyway. But then I obviously started taking my new NMN, and then Viva sent their latest test score thing because they they say they have their stuff, their third party tested, but their third party test come back as 99.5, and the month prior to that had been 99.7. So I thought, do you know what, you're not imagining it, the quality is getting less and less. And again, I've been doing so much research and stuff, and I found out that Viva are selling a ridiculous amount of NMN, and you know what, more power to them. But the thing is, when you're getting that big and you're offering those kind of discounts, you're having to cut your costs somewhere, and you're getting a shitter product. And I think that's what they're doing, they're just buying a cheaper NMN. Anyway, so this NMN I found is obviously, because it's patented, and it literally is the best NMN in the world. You can look it up. It's called Euthiva NMN. There's only a couple of companies that actually sell this in the UK. But this NMN never changes. It's 99.93% purity forever because it's patented. So the process of which it's made never changes. You're getting a guaranteed product, like the quality. You're getting guaranteed quality every single time, right? And I personally, now I've had the 2 months to actually check it out, I'm honestly feeling back to how I felt when I originally started taking NMN, and I was so excited about it. Like, honestly, I've been having a little bit more weight loss. Now, if you're keeping up on Instagram, you will know I started trialing taking 2 a day, right? Basically double dropping the NMN. Now, I wasn't taking them together because you kind of need to stagger it a bit because it can make you feel a bit sicky. So I was taking one as soon as I got up and then one maybe around lunchtime. I did that 3 or 4 times, and when I tell you I was still up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and this is somebody who smokes weed and takes magnesium before bed, I could not sleep and I didn't like it. But what I noticed was, which sounds crazy, that week I had quite a lot of weight loss, but I thought, and it's not worth me not being able to sleep to be slim, if that makes any sense. And I think because just taking one a day kind of manages the weight and keeps me like where I want to be, I'm not doing 2 a day. I don't think it's necessary. And what I've actually realised with this NMN is you could probably get away with taking 1 every other day. And again, most of these companies are not going to tell you that because they just want to sell you a fuck ton of NMN. But honestly, I think for those of you especially more sensitive to energy, 1 every other day would probably do the job. So they are super duper strong. And my best friend does my hair, Stacey does my hair. Best hairdresser, by the way, and hairdressing salon. It's Forever 5 in Belmont if you ever need a hairdresser. But I was like, oh my God, what is all this broken hair? And she was like, your hair's not broken. She said, that is all new hair growth. I have got, just what looks like a big fluffy cap on my head when she brushes it out and blow dries it, because I've got all this new hair and it's from the NMN. So I've also got, and I'm not going to lie to you because you know I always keep it real, I've also had a lot of nail growth, like a stupid amount of nail growth. I'm having to go and get my nails done every 2 weeks. So I've gone from having to have them done I was getting them done every 4 weeks. Then it was every 3 weeks. And now it's literally every 2 weeks. And honestly, they could be getting done at 10 days. But who has got the money to be getting their nails done every 10 days? That's insane. So as much as I'm enjoying all of these things, there are some aspects that I'm not enjoying so much. Like my toenails, for instance. I used to be on a 1-to-3 ratio. Sorry if this is too much boring information, but so every time I'd get my nails done, every 3rd time I'd get my nails done, I'd have to get my feet done. You know, it come like now I have to get it done every time I get my nails done. And I'm just walking around with a claw foot. Like I could catch my dinner from the ocean if I flew over it. But they're just growing at a rapid rate. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So that is, I'm going to say, a little bit of a negative because I'm trying to keep up with keeping the nails looking good. And you know I care about my nails. Honestly, the day you see me without my nails done, call the police, call the people, call people, because I'm not okay. But anyway, so I also, and this is so random, and I just want to touch on this because, again, TMI, but so relative to the situation. Do you remember when I went on holiday? I went to Greece on a little nervous breakdown, and I got a book. And it was so funny, the way you align with things, because this book was all about this perimenopausal woman, and the book was hilarious. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it in the bio thing. But the book was so funny. But she was talking about all this perimenopausal stuff, which I really identified with. And then she started talking about how she had all this extra eye gunk. And I was like, oh my God, I have been having so much extra eye gunk to the point sometimes in the evenings, I can't even fucking see properly, right? That's how bad it had got. Anyway, when I first started taking Viva NMN, this is last year, I noticed my eye gunk had really got less. We've all got a little bit in the morning. I wasn't even having that. Anyway, that all then came back, and to be honest, I thought I'd imagined it. And then when I read this book, I was like, oh my God, the eye gunk is relative to the perimenopause. And then anyway, so since I've started taking this new NMN, the eye gunk's all gone. I could literally before do that to my eye, because if you can't see me on YouTube, I'm touching my eye, and pull my finger away, and I'd have this, I'm sorry, again, this is disgusting, but I'd just have this, it was just, it grossed me out, right? Anyway, so that's all like gone now, and I just thought, God no, this is the good shit. This is honestly the equivalent to you liking cocaine and you stumble upon like a Colombian who's just bought a flipping plane load over of some fresh shit. Oh my God, you're not gonna get any better. All right, this is honestly the best stuff. Anyway, I just back to this because I am, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you who pre-ordered, and literally I mean in the beginning when you thought it might take up to 8 weeks, which it has, by the way. I really in my head was like, oh yeah, I'll get this done in a month. No, there were so many other processes and things I just didn't even factor in. I've learned so much, but it's taken a long time, and I'm just so grateful to you guys, because honestly, if it wasn't for you, this just literally wouldn't be happening. And I know I've had to put in a lot of hard work and do a lot of stuff, but it ultimately comes down to the fact that you guys have given me a fucking chance, and I am so grateful, and I'm not going to cry because my makeup looks good today. Anyway, shipping is basically nearly ready. I've just messaged them and I was like, look, when is it actually going to be ready, because I need to arrange the last bit of this money. And she was like, can you basically arrange it now, because we're going to be ready to ship at the end of the week? And I was like, oh my God. And then I rushed to chat because I was like, look, we're only halfway where we need to be. I thought I'd have the rest of it by now. Obviously, I haven't. I think I've been not getting distracted away from the business, but I've been getting distracted into the business. I am so focused on making this something actually great and that I'd want to buy from and be a part of, right? That I think I'm just getting lost in a lot of things. Like I made these ebooks, right? And if you haven't seen them, the first one was a bit of a flop, mainly because it was a copy and paste issue. It sounds silly, but I'd made these prompt guides, right? Because I'm really into Chat GPT, and they were just these prompts that you can feed in and basically get Chat to read your face and kind of give you a diagnosis, if you will, and tell you what might be wrong with you and what you can do to help that. However, the prompt itself, you're supposed to copy and paste, and it's only when I made the latest ebook I realised that it didn't copy and paste. It's like, why didn't I run the test? But I'd got so caught up in the making it. I think doing everything, like literally from every angle, it's just all consuming. I'm getting so bloody, I don't know, confused at times, to say the least. I keep going back to Chat and I'm like, Chat, where are we at? What have we got to do? What have I done? And I'm just, there's so much going on, but I am getting there. Anyway, this is basically to ask you guys to get your last pre-orders in. If you pre-order now, you are like 2 weeks from getting your NMN. You don't have to do what all the other amazing people have done, which is fucking wait. It will be ready to go. It'll be here next week, and then so I'm going to say 2 weeks just to be on the safe side. But in 2 weeks, you can have NMN in your hands. So what we're doing is we are doing a 10% off, and we're doing free delivery. And we're doing a free ebook, right? This new ebook I've made. Now, this new ebook is, I feel like, as hard as this has been, I feel like I'm meant to be doing this. Like the ideas, the inspiration, like it's just all flowing. I suddenly had this idea. I thought, what if, because like thinking about the Happy Gang and stuff, like the Happy Gang is very much a routine in the morning I have developed basically for myself. Let's be real, like it is for myself. It works very well for me, but then it's like not everything works for everybody. And I thought, wow, what if we could help people move past that, past the journaling and stuff, and actually develop a little routine that's manageable. So like done in under 15-20 minutes a day, but like a little routine that is tailored to you. So like if you need to move your lymph in a certain way, Chat will give you or whatever AI you use, they'll give you like an exercise or an action or something to do. And the whole thing with this guide is at the end you get given a guide from ChatGPT, your own little like daily kind of routine thing, again, that you can do in under 20 minutes, that is tailored to you. And this means now, like this to me, I'm just like, oh my God, even Chat was like, this is a game changer. This is really big, because this means now, it's so hard to get a doctor's appointment. And then you get a doctor's appointment, you go there, they've got maybe 10 minutes. They pull up Google most of the time, let's be fucking real. And then they give you some antidepressants. Like, I really want to help people move past that. And I know this NYN NMN is solely about selling NMN, but I thought, no, we can tie the other stuff into this. I want this to actually be helpful. And, it's not everybody, and NMN's not for everybody, but I still would like to help everybody health-wise. Like, I think if anything now, we are in a war. Like, it started a long time ago, and it's on our fucking mental, physical and spiritual health. And I think ultimately that's all I've ever really wanted to help, and I'm still trying to help. And my whole thing has been about like providing affordable healthcare or options. And this is it. I mean, this ebook is $7.99 currently. You'll get it free. Anybody who's ordered NMN this week gets it free. And if you have ordered previously in the pre-order, I also sent you a copy. I thought it would be really rude for everybody who pre-ordered to see that all these new people were getting a free gift and they weren't getting it. That's just rude. So I've sent it to everybody who's pre-ordered. But chat said I could price it at £47, and I was like, no, most people who need this will not have a spare £47, right? So it's $7.99 because I need you to invest a little bit, simply because if you don't invest a little bit, you don't do the fucking work, right? So I don't know, but this ebook is like a game changer. Anyway, so I just want to read you a little bit, right, from a little extract, if you will. I mean, there's only 8 pages. This is 1 page, but whatever. Anyway, listen to this. There are 8 core pillars that influence your energy, skin, hormones, and overall health. Your daily wellness isn't just about one thing, it's about how all these systems work together. This guide helps you decode clues from your face, body, and mood to figure out what each of these areas need most right now. Now, these are the areas that we focus on, right? It's lymph flow, nervous system regulation, strengthening like your hormonal support. I can't flipping read that because there's something over it. How embarrassing, because I should know these 8 pillars. Whatever, we'll move past that. Oh, it's the improving your facial tone. That's it. So like the whole point to this is you're going to get 1 exercise a day, a little manageable exercise to go with all of these things. So 1 lymph flow exercise, 1 nervous system regulation exercise, 1 facial yoga exercise, 1 you're going to put into chat like where you live. And it's going to tell you the time you should go outside to get into the sun, right? Because, I mean, I've actually told it to get you outside in the morning, but it's going to give you an idea of when's best to get out into the sun, right? Because sunlight is so important. So there's that as well. And then there'll be a little exercise to help your emotional hormonal balance. And then there'll be a little one to do like the gut detox and pathways. And then finally, there'll be a little exercise. Just think like cardio, like something you might go to the gym, you won't need gym equipment, but it just a little something for you to do that's a couple of minutes. And again, this is only going to develop you a 15 to 20 minute routine, but I read once, if you just do something for 20 minutes a day, it's much better than just trying to do it once a week, once a month, or never fucking doing it, right? It's manageable. And this is what this whole thing is about. It's about providing, things that actually fucking help people that they can manage to do, all right? But there's a point in this book in it where it's like, fuck the 37 4 a.m. influencer bloody routine, because they're so unachievable. You see those people on Instagram, and I know I'm one of those people on Instagram, but believe me, I do not get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and put my face in ice. I would say that is psychotic behavior and really not achievable for the majority of people, right? I'm here for the 99%. So yeah, anyway, this ebook I genuinely believe is going to be a game changer. And yeah, someone once called me a disruptor. A disruptor is someone who literally just comes in and just turns an industry on its head. And I thought, you know what? I've just basically bent over the NHS. And I know that sounds wild because this is so small right now, but potentially this could be something for like under £10. You can become your own doctor and you can start to manage your health yourself. Like, I will say, God, disclaimer, if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or seriously fucking ill, always consult your doctor. Even if you're not any of those things, consult your fucking doctor, all right? Not the not doctor. Anyway, I have got one more thing I want to tell you that is so exciting, and I've wanted to speak about this, but I didn't know if I could, and there's been so much going on, but I literally, do you want to know the most exciting bit about all of this? Because remember I said the shipping's going to be ready. Do you want to know who's doing my shipping? And this is super fucking exciting and so aligned. Like, honestly, I couldn't have, things work out perfectly. I was in such a flap at the beginning. I don't know if you remember, but I was trying to find somebody who would do the shipping, and a lot of these places, they're like on a minimum shipping thing of like 1,000 orders a month. I don't have 1,000 orders for them. I barely have 100, right? So they basically were just saying, no, we come back to us when you've got the work. And anyway, so I don't actually know how this came about, but I ended up in a conversation with the gorgeous, wonderful, amazing Samantha Brown, who owns One Self Wellbeing. I know most of you guys know her because I've spoken about her quite a bit. Like, I'm actually a fan of hers, and I'm a fan of her products. You know, I take the chaga and the moringa and they do the sea moss and all of that. I love the company and I love the human. Anyway, they've basically got their own warehouse now because they've massively expanded, and they're doing my shipping. They're going to be my shipping people. So, and how beautiful is that, that all us kind of, I don't know. It's just lovely. Anyway, so know now when you're getting your orders, they are being picked, packed and posted by the lovely One Self Wellbeing Warehouse. I'm not sure if that's what, I think, let me not speak on what they're doing. But anyway, point is, that's what's happening. And I am so excited to be working with them because, again, it's just so aligned with me. Like, I don't want to work with these faceless companies like, oh, you've got to bang out 1,000 orders a month. Like, I get why they say that and I do understand that, but I don't know. They're really helping me, and I'm just so grateful and so happy to be working with people like I genuinely love. This is very cool to me. Anyway, I just want to show you one thing. If you're on YouTube, you will be looking now at what is the back or the front. I don't know what we're calling it, but when you order, again, I'm trying to make this a company that I'd want to buy from that's actually helpful. And when you order, you will get one of these. They're called a habit tracker. And it's a little card for 30 days. And it's got, if you can't see it on YouTube, I'll just explain a little bit. But it's just got 30 little, the NYN pluses. And you just colour them in or tick them off day by day when you've taken your NYN. Now, I've done this because honestly, half the time I can't remember if I've taken my NMN. Although I must say I'm a lot better. It's funny. I did this because when I was taking the other shit NMN, my brain was not braining as well as it could. But now I'm so on my NMN, maybe I don't need these anymore. But I just figured they'd be helpful, right? So there's a little habit tracker you tick off across every day. And then at the bottom, it just says, it just gives you a little space to fill out the positive changes you have felt this month. So then you can start to stack up these cards and just go through like your improvements. And I just think that will be so nice for you guys to actually track, because half the time I can't even remember, and I only remember because I've had to do these podcasts. I've like got lists and I'm like, oh yeah, you had arthritis and now you don't. Like, I'd forgotten that because my hands feel fucking great now, right? So I don't know, these will just be nice to help you track. And if you can see on the other side, obviously I've put a mantra because we're not just going to waste this bloody space, are we? And it just says happy, healing myself, healthy, feeling good, thriving, powerful as fuck. Obviously it doesn't say the actual F word because, you know, kids. And also, well, you get these little cute cards as well, just to basically ask you to please post your stuff on social media. Please post your stuff on social media, because you know what? I've been so like, I feel like a horse just trying to get to like the end of the race. But I know once I get to my end thing, I've been like, oh, I've just got to get it. Well, I'm about to have it in a minute. And then it just opens up a whole new world of like things I actually have to do. And yes, there's just a lot going on. Thank God I actually have this NMN. Anyway, you've got the habit trackers. You are getting a free ebook. You're getting 10% off, and you're getting free delivery. All right. And if you could just help me out and put your pre-orders in, like I said, you will have this in under 2 weeks. And well, we can all just be thriving together, really. And I'm very, very excited. Anyway, I just one last thing. This is funny. I like to end it on a joke. ChatGPT, right, keeps saying to me, because I keep getting him to like check over the website, like, because he's so good at helping with like SEO and improving the website. So he'll just go through audit and be like, right, change this and this, right? And he keeps saying to me, you need to put some reviews on the website. And I'm like, chat, I don't have any reviews because no one has the bloody NMN. He's like, lie. I'm like, I'm not fucking lying, right? Anyway, how hilarious is this? So yesterday, basically, last week, one of you guys, now it's one of you guys I actually know really well now, and we're quite, I wouldn't say close like that, but we talk a lot on Instagram, and I would consider her a friend. And she'd actually ordered 3 bottles in the pre-order, and I was so grateful, so grateful. Anyway, she was like, oh, I'm running to the end of my NMN. And I was like, look, if you don't mind the fact that it's been touched by literally me and coming in a flipping envelope with no actual packaging, I was like, I can send you some of the new NMN because I obviously still have some of the samples. Anyway, so I sent it to her. She sent me a voice note yesterday, and I don't know how I'm going to use this as a review, but she just basically said, I feel like I had 5 lines for breakfast. If you don't know what 5 lines are, she means 5 lines of cocaine, right? That is how good this stuff is. But that is currently my only review. So I just beg you, when you get this NMN, please post it, tag it, and more importantly, let me know how you're getting on. All right, and be honest. Like I want to know how you're actually getting on, because I want us to all just be well together. Okay, I mean, the more of us who are well, I don't know. The world's just a better place, isn't it? Let's just be fucking honest. Anyway. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be back next week because, like I said, I am a one woman band trying to get this company off the ground, which I'm doing well, but there's only so much I can do. So I'm just taking a little step back from the podcast. Plus, we're in a Mercury retrograde now. You know that, right? So obviously my podcast is flipping come to a dramatic halt for a minute, but it's not forever, and I will be back. And like I said, I'll be back with some tea because, God, like I said, this hasn't been without drama. Anyway, I'm going to go. Please go and put your orders in at NYN NMN. Help me just get this over this last little line. And, well, I will speak to you guys very soon. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Mwah.